I once got this incredible piece of advice from this highly successful business broker. This guy has facilitated hundreds of business exits in his life, and he told me something that I had never heard anywhere else. I loved it. Here it is. Your potential buyer is buying the future of your business, not the past. What do I mean? Why did I find this so profound? It was incredible because I talk to clients all day, every day. These hardworking, hustling entrepreneurs who are putting their lifeblood and soul into their business to grow it to one day eventually exit. But the challenge is that in the process of putting everything that they have into this company, they get frustrated, they burn themselves out, because ultimately growing and scaling their business is just not sustainable. They're just pushing and pushing and pushing until they get to this finish line, this exit. But no buyer is looking at your hustle. They're looking at the future. What's gonna happen once they take it on? And if what your business requires is blood, sweat, and tears to keep it going, that's not a very attractive future. So if you don't feel positively about the future of your business, if you don't feel excited at the prospect of running your company for the next 3 to 5 years, why would a buyer? It's so simple, but it makes so much sense because we're just trying to get ourselves to the finish line without realizing that this is a relay race and we're about to pass the baton to somebody else. And if we want them to be able to continue to run, that race has to be sustainable. And the entrepreneurs that I see who fail to recognize this ultimately end up exiting for way lower value. Because by the time they're ready to exit, it's not because they're excited and they're in flow and all the numbers are going up and it's the perfect time to exit. They're doing it because they're frustrated, they're tired, they're burnt out, they're just done with that business. They want to get on to the next thing and they've wanted to for years. But in that position, you're going to be taking the first offer that comes your way, even if it's not the best offer. You're going to be negotiating down and compromising on terms, ultimately undervaluing this asset that you, again, have worked so hard to create. And the ultimate result to you is that you walk away with less money at the moment that it matters most. So if your plan is, I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna work my face off until I finally just get to an exit and then I will be free. Someday I will be free, someday I will be done. Recognize that what your buyer wants is just as much freedom as you do. And if your company is reliant on you working 40, 60, 80-hour weeks to continue to grow, that is not a valuable, sellable asset. That's a cage. And no buyer is interested in buying that cage from you, and you are going to come way down on your price just because you're so excited to get out. So the question that I would pose to you is, what can you change about your business today to make your future exciting? What would it look like for you to be able to step away from your business for a day or a weekend, a week, maybe even a month, and have that business continue to thrive and grow without you? What would it look like for you to up-level the performance of your team so that you've got a team full of A players who are crushing the day-to-day and will be happy to do the same for a future buyer when you find them? And what would it look like for you to fall back in love with the process of scaling your business so that every day you wake up excited about the growth potential and the growth opportunity in front of you? Here's the real truth. The people who achieve the highest possible business valuation when they exit, those are the people who could have held on to that business for another 3 years just because they love it so much and they chose to exit at the right time. Versus if you are gearing up for an exit and you can't wait to get this thing off of your plate, you are forcing yourself to exit out of scarcity and not abundance. And we all know where that's gonna end up for you. Here's my challenge. Number 1, make a list. What are all of the things that when you think about the next 12 months of running your business, energetically drain you? The client fires, the team fires, the constant problem solving, the long nights. What is everything that would make this business unattractive to run? And then systematically go through that list and unlock your own creative genius as an entrepreneur by asking yourself the question, how can I solve this problem in my business? Because when you finally turn all of this around and get so excited about the future of your company that you could run it forever, that's the right time to sell to the premium buyer who can take that baton and keep running the race without you. If you are looking for more advice on how to sell your business for maximum exit, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe.